Okay, let's now talk about a little bit about Dr. Anthony Fauci. Months ago, the Trump administration made it clear, as I just told you a few minutes ago, they're moving past coronavirus. They're done with coronavirus, at least from the standpoint of talking publicly about the virus and the pandemic. We saw the press briefings essentially eliminated when Donald Trump wondered aloud about injecting bleach and isopropyl alcohol, putting them into the body, as he says, to treat coronavirus. The press briefings stopped. A couple of weeks ago, we heard from Dr. Anthony Fauci that he was speaking to Donald Trump less and less frequently. And this week, in an interview 2 days ago, Dr. Fauci confirmed he has not spoken to Donald Trump at all in more than 2 weeks. Remember, Dr. Anthony Fauci is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. He's essentially the top infectious disease doctor in the country. He has made it very clear over the last week that states that aren't ready to reopen really shouldn't reopen. He has made it clear that if states open and businesses don't stick to the guidelines that are established, it's going to go really badly. Dr. Fauci said a few days ago, very specifically, he would not go to Donald Trump's Tulsa, Oklahoma rally this Saturday. That's a bad idea. He wouldn't go to any other events like it either. And now he has confirmed that the last time he spoke to Donald Trump is more than 2 weeks ago. And even then, Trump only wanted to know about what was going on with vaccines. And this is because we know Trump is increasingly obsessed with vaccines, not for health reasons, but because he believes that a vaccine is something he could take credit for to justify his reelection in November. The last time Trump and Fauci spoke, they didn't talk about coronavirus exploding in many states. They didn't talk about cases, hospitalizations, resurgence, spread. It was just what's going on with the vaccine, because Donald Trump thinks that's something he could use to get himself reelected. So this is not an accident, my friends. From the standpoint of the political position of the Trump administration, the coronavirus pandemic is over. And we are now, what's that? It's the return to greatness, or what? I forget what the stupid propaganda term Trump came up with is. Something about greatness. That's what Trump sees right now. And Trump even said this week, if you don't do any more testing, you won't find any more cases. Problem solved, right? Haven't you taken a look at the stock market? Everything's great now. Just stop testing and then we won't have any cases. How many Americans are going to die because Donald Trump never took this seriously and then stopped taking it seriously after only taking it seriously for a very short period of time? How many Americans are going to die because Donald Trump, by even having a huge rally, is implicitly signaling to his supporters, you can gather in large groups. Go ahead. Listen, I'm having 10,000 people at my rally. You can go ahead and have 20 people over. No big deal. And of course, then the spread will continue. The president has not even spoken to the top infectious disease doctor in 2 weeks, and more Americans have now died of coronavirus than the number that died in World War I. There's all sorts of different metrics and statistics that have been put together comparing the death toll to all sorts of other horrible, horrible things. So Trump is trying to make coronavirus go away by ignoring it. It's, we could have that object permanence conversation again about little kids. Unfortunately, and this is the real tragedy, he's convinced tens of millions of Americans to do the exact same thing. I've been speaking to friends in Florida, friends in Arizona. People are just mostly acting like everything's fine. Yeah, you still have some people wearing masks and staying home, but the virus doesn't need that many people to gather to continue spreading more and more quickly. 6 U.S. states are seeing record highs in cases. 20 U.S. states are seeing increases. The 6 big culprits are Florida, Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Nevada in terms of percentage growth. And they have had their highest single day spikes in the last week. Now, in some cities within these states, things are so bad that bars have started to close even though they're allowed to be open. So there's a place in Jacksonville, Florida, Lynch's Pub. So many of their employees and customers got coronavirus that even though they're allowed to be open, according to the Florida guidelines that are currently in place, they said we have to close because this is absolutely crazy. So we are now in the please disperse, move along, nothing to see here phase of the pandemic, except much like in the Leslie Nielsen movie Naked Gun, explosions are going on in the background while they say, move along, nothing to see here. Step back. Nothing has been resolved. The broken healthcare system hasn't been fixed. The underlying economic fragility of our system has not been addressed. We are not any better prepared for the next outbreak. We still aren't testing enough. We have no plan to prevent a second wave if we even get a break between waves 1 and 2. Literally nothing has been fixed, although fortunately, some states, and we're going to hear about one state in a moment, some states are doing enough to modestly keep things under control.